Welcome. Safety Day. So I got bad news. Dang, boy, it breaks my heart. I had a lot of good stuff. He's not gonna be here. So I could say that it was a false sales pitch. Make sure y'all showed up, because if I was talking, y'all probably wouldn't come. But since Troy was supposed to be talking, everybody showed up. So thank y'all for that. Dang. I don't know if the sinkhole got him or what, but he's not here, but that's all right. We're going to have a good day. So I want to thank everybody for coming. The logistics side of this didn't look too bad, but I got here early, so I didn't have to walk. So I apologize for those folks that may have had to park a long way away walking over, but thank y'all for coming. First aid kit, so we had emails, asking, are y'all feeding us, all this stuff. So it was my decision. I thought it was better to get something that we could bring home, use it. Yeah, you can leave it here if you want, but use it at your family, keep it in your car, your truck, whatever, than feed folks. So I'd rather y'all have something to take home from this instead of a jambalaya white beans that we would have discarded of later on. So, yeah. Thank you, Miss Felicia. Well, I hope everybody will forgive me. Oh, what else? I think that's it. I'm going to introduce Mr. Mike Peach, who's going to have our leadership message today.
Hey, Geismar. Oh, come on, there's more of us than that. Hey, Geismar. Look around. How cool is this? Huh? Red, blue, brown, whatever. We're all in here. Thank you guys for coming. We truly appreciate it. And I know that everybody would have been here, no matter if Troy was here or not, because Roman's going to be talking, so we're all good, right? I understand how this works. Hey, so, Safety Day. It's a time that we can just pause, talk seriously for a few minutes about how we care for people and how important that is. But it's not just a day. So the conversations that we begin today, continue today, we carry forward, and we have every day. Because the fact is, if one person gets hurt out here, that's way too many. And we've been there, and we don't want to stay there. So it's very important that we talk. The conversations that we have need to be real. They need to be transparent. We need to be able to, we talk a lot about it in different forums that I'm in, about truly being transparent. It is a partnership between Shell and everybody else. We're all in this together, and absolutely can't win if we're not all together with us. So thank you for being here. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for what you do each and every day to ensure we do a job well and do it safely. My prayer is that you go home in better shape than you came to us, because we're better educated and hopefully we're smarter. You with me? Yeah. I got one person with me. I haven't lost everybody yet. So, as we start the conversations, as we continue these conversations, let's talk about what really gets in our way to ensure that we're safe. We got a job to do, we're going to do it. So one thing I like to harp on is what we call stop work authority. I like to call it pause work authority, because we've got to get work done, but we've got to do it safely. Nothing is so important out here that we get anybody injured, period. Okay, so we're going to spend a few minutes, let Roman talk, and I'm going to show a video here in just a second. Pretty well made, gets our point across, but it truly is taking our conversations to a new and deeper level, to where there's a different and even more transparency amongst us, where we have trust, that we can talk through things and not worry about the repercussions, but actually get to the heart of the matter so we can get better. And that's what we're all about. Okay? So hang tight if you see a video.
The human mind is amazing. 100 billion neurons. The human mind is amazing. 100 billion neurons.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about it, figure out the video. So now give him a break. You saw he tried it out. It was working. Didn't want to work. If you ever had to do this kind of AV stuff, I think it's evil. I think it had his mind. So what am I saying today? How do I do today? Sitting there talking at the table, we think this is the most people in the Geismar base plant we've ever put in one place at one time. Isn't that pretty cool? So, and if you hadn't figured out yet, in about a year or so, when you close your eyes and picture it, we got our first on-site cafeteria, and you're sitting right in the middle of it. Isn't that pretty cool? Safety day. I mean, obviously, we talk about safety every day. You guys come in, you have tailgates, you have different points in time we talk about working safe. But one thing Shell tries to do is at every plant around the world. So we have 17 plants operating right now around the world. Plus our upstream facilities, downstream facilities, 80,000 people, more than that in terms of number of contractors come together doing this week to talk about safety and to remind ourselves about what matters more. So I started in the industry in 1988. Some people here, a lot of you weren't born, I know. And I remember this distinctly. Some guys standing on stage and we had a big celebration. First time ever, the site hit a rate of 10. 10. In that plant, 120 people got hurt the year before, and we were having a big party, we had food. All these years later, we're down at levels below 1 and trying to get to 0. That's the journey we've been on for a long time. When people talk about getting to go 0, back then people can picture what we're doing today. There's no way you can bring this number of people sitting around, you looking around and seeing number of people out working on A4 or K5 and get through years with last year 2 or 3 people get injured. And 2 or 3 people are still too many. So as you think about, when you really hear people hear us talk about Go Zero, what does it take now to get to this place where we're surprised that anybody ever gets injured doing the type of work we do? And if you don't think it's possible, it's definitely possible. We're already going a longer journey to get to this place than it's going to take to get to Go Zero. So the one thing that is true, as you get down to these lower numbers, the things you have to do to get to 0 are different. And there's 3 things that Shell asks us to think about, and it's based on studying the incidents in our company around the world. There's 3 areas that they notice. One is that people start normalizing risk. Every day you come to work, things at a certain condition, whether or not it's a risk or not becomes normal. And you can't quite see that you're about to walk into the thing that's going to cause an issue. You did it 10 times before, it was okay, the 11th time it's going to cause issues. So think about risk normalization. The second area is that there are dilemmas. You got a job to do, your foreman gives you a job, your boss says something to go do, it takes time to go do that. It may take you more time to stop. People like me, I'm dealing with money issues, time issues, people issues, trying to bring all those together to make a decision in the right way that leads to the right thing. So the way you handle those moments, and when you're in a dilemma, really matters. And the last one, and it's one that Michael mentioned, and it's one, if there's anyone I want you to take away with, is you have to genuinely care for people. You can't kind of say that, but you really like this person, and you'll do more for this than someone else. You never know that moment when an intervention, that slight conversation is going to be the thing that changes people's lives. It makes all the difference in the world, especially when it's uncomfortable. It's actually very easy to tell people have a great day, let's talk about safety. It's not that easy when somebody's doing something you don't think is quite right, even if you just take a moment and say, hey, are you sure that's what you want to go do? If you leave today, I want you to think about, maybe you can close your eyes for a second, do this for me. Think about if you're somebody you work with or your family member you care about got injured, and how would you feel? And think about if you had the opportunity to go back to stop that, what would you do? What would you say? Would you be willing to step into a place that's uncomfortable? Would you be willing, even if you weren't quite sure what's right? Because sometimes, I think, at least for me, I'm an electrical guy by background. I look at some things and I know I don't feel right, but I don't know what right looks like. Even ask the question, hey, is that the right thing to do? That comfortable. And I think like most of you, you get open your eyes now. You would say, I'll do whatever it takes to keep that person from getting hurt. I would say whatever I say, even if it's just explain to me how you manage that so I can learn from you, because that might be the thing that makes the person think through it more. I'll leave you with this. Hopefully the video's ready to work. Yeah, so I'll leave you with this. Especially people who have leadership jobs. the conditions you set tell people whether or not you care for people or not. You can't say it and put them in crappy places. Have them do crappy jobs without assistance. Put them in tough dilemmas that they have to resolve on their own. As an individual, I want you to surface it, I want you to bring it up. As leaders, you have more, I expect more than that. I expect it to be easier. One thing we learned on 804 is most people, when they do experience like this, they don't spend days in a building like this. Put people in different places. But how can I really tell you everything you do matters, and then I put you in a place that starts your day off in a bad way, where you can't have a decent lunch? So we're challenging ourselves and where else we have to be better, guys. I hope when you see the Wellness Center, if you're sitting here now, when you come and have a nice meal, you get a chance to work out in, you get to work out. You don't just think, hey, that's pretty cool, we got a building. I hope you think, well, we're trying to live up to what we want to be about, which is the work we do here is important. But the most important thing is that we keep you safe, and that you know we care for you, and that we demonstrate that, and you see it, and you feel it, and you pass it on to people around you, so we never ever get to a place that someone gets hurt from the work we do. All right? Is that something you can live with? All right. Thank y'all very much.
Constantly, we create 1,000 connections with other neurons. That's 100 trillion thoughts, sensations, memories, ideas, and decisions every day. If your brain was a hard drive, it would be a high-end 2.5 petabyte hard drive. That's lots of zeros. But your brain isn't a hard drive, it's 100% organic. And the downside of that is that we can and do make mistakes. Actually, our brains work best when they work with other brains, other people. It's because we share knowledge, ideas, and experiences through conversation that we can build the communities that power our civilization and help us create things like art, medicine, and modern technology. We use our shared experiences to make life better and safer for everyone. Safety isn't just about rules, it's about dealing with dilemmas and making choices, speaking up and sharing experiences, because we care about ourselves and others. Our brains are amazing, but the downside is that we can get overconfident and make judgments too quickly. We make mistakes and forget things precisely because we're human. It's nothing to do with intelligence, it's just the way we're wired. But it's something we can deal with by talking to each other and pooling our brain power to make the right choices. And making the right choice is Pretty's dilemma tonight. It's been a hard day. She and her assistant Anil are in the office late because an important file they've been working on all day wasn't saved. Pretty has a young family at home, so it's no surprise she's tired. But she wants to get the job finished, so she decides to stay on until it's done. Working late doesn't happen often, but when it does, Pretty knows the advice. Don't drive home tired, take the bus. But she drives home every day. Is tonight any different? Nothing bad has ever happened, even when she's been tired. Deep down, she knows it's a risk, but now it just feels normal. Anil isn't so sure. On the other side of the world, Miguel also has a dilemma. Every day he leaves a valve open that drains water from a vessel, so that it doesn't carry over to a reactor, cause a process upset, and trip the plant he works at. All his colleagues do it. They know it's a workaround, but it saves going up and down several ladders every time the vessel needs to be drained, and it keeps production going. Sonia, in the control room, knows about the workaround, but the supervisor doesn't. Miguel tells her he's worried that one day he will get distracted and forget to close the valve at the right time. If that happens, hydrocarbons could leak out and do more than trip the plant. Pretty and Anil have got their job completed. Pretty picks up her car keys. She doesn't realise what she is risking. Anil must overcome his social fear of speaking out. He wants to show that he cares, So he says, let's talk about this. Miguel is afraid to speak up in front of his team, but he can talk to Sonia. He knows he can make mistakes, and that any one of his colleagues might too. But speaking up is something he's not done before. He'd be embarrassed. Sonia says there must be another way of doing this. If we don't say something, who will? That helps Miguel see the dilemma differently, through a lens of care. People can get hurt if you remain silent. Pretty and Emil, Miguel and Sonia, been through a journey. And they've understood that the best way of dealing with the dilemmas is they speak up and have conversations with their colleagues. Risks do become normalized. We do make mistakes. Our brains can be deceived, but our minds can also be changed. By talking about our dilemmas and risks, we can change the way we think and act. Let's take our next steps to Goal Zero. Discover where you normalize risk. Share your dilemmas. Show you care.
Good deal. So that was our backup to Orlando. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I've watched it already and looked at all our other Safety Day stuff. So I'm going to kind of piggyback on some stuff that Roman has said. So last year was Safety Day, and again this year is about risk normalization, dilemmas, and care for folks. So that's what it showed in the video. But when I tell people what Safety Day was about this year, it's about care for people. So a lot of folks been here a long time. We got a lot of turnover. And a lot of folks say, man, the culture at Geismar's changed. So Mr. Mike, you've been here for 30-something years, right?
Yeah.
30-something years ago, it was a lot different.
Absolutely.
It was a lot different, and we say, man, the culture's changing at Geismar. This place ain't the place it used to be, but it is. And it's because of our care for people. So I can tell you, working with contractors, all the time folks say, man, I ain't ever worked in a place where operators treat you like this. How many folks worked turnaround, just past turnaround on nights? Got a couple. So we had a little small fellow on nights led our safety meeting one night. That's the first thing he said. He said, man, it's my first time working here, and I hope y'all invite me back, man. I hope Turner calls me for the next turnaround's coming, because I ain't ever been treated like this working at any plant. So my point in saying all this is no matter how many new procedures come out, when we feel like, man, they just adding something else on our table, as long as that care for people, the way we treat folks doesn't change, Geismar will never change. We'll always be different. Everybody that comes out here says this place is different. Paul Callaghan talks about doing Bravo observation with Roxanne one day and how contractors told, man, this place is just different. People are treated different here. That's care for people. So I know all of y'all heard about it. We got some stuff coming in one of them, and I'm in charge of it. Hopefully I'll do a better job with that than I did on Safety Day. It's dropped objects. So dropped objects is care for people. If we drop something, it ain't gonna hit us. It's gonna hit somebody else. So doing everything that we can do to make sure something don't fall from the level above is care for people. And if we go into it thinking with that, I don't know how many of y'all read my email, I tried to be funny. So if we show up with a positive attitude, infiltrated with what? Did anybody read it? Patience. Infiltrated with some patience, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good day. We're going to continue to have a good sight no matter what rolls down from corporate or from whatever else. Look for the good in those things. Continue to treat people the way y'all do. Another email I sent out to introduce Safety Day was about a lady I gave an umbrella to. Unbelievable the impact you can have on someone from the little things that you do. Please, guys, continue to do those little, recognize folks. Recognize your people when they do little things that make a big difference. They go a lot longer way than what y'all realize. I'd like to thank some people, so when we go on that recognition, we almost done, we sew it up, so I got to step back because I got a terrible memory, and I got to read them off this paper, even though I shouldn't have to. I'm going to start with some folks that helped pull all this off. So our Turner Labor was a big part of having the buses and getting some stuff set up. Todd, Micah, and Nita for letting me try and pull this off. Mr. Jimmy Richard and John Cummings with our expansion group. We asked for some things and they went way over and beyond what we asked for. Thank y'all. Joey Cornett for lining some stuff up. Mr. Thomas Daggett, the roads are pulling off some things for us. Thank you. Our entire safety group and our learning group. Thank y'all for all the help. Learning group stepped up big. Mr. Stephen Mooney and Buster. Oh, a bunch of folks, I'm sorry. Paul Roussel, who am I forgetting? JT, Paul Zellmer, thank y'all. Now our committee that helped put all this stuff together. So Ms. Sherry Andrews, Mr. Mike Gill, David Lear, even though he's getting old, he's still helpful. So if y'all need anything, man, don't hesitate to get Dave. Dude's a good guy to have on your team. Anthony Blankenship, Mr. Kelly Wright, best mustache in the plant, Jason Odett, Danton Brown, the sweetest lady I know, Miss Marie Ezel. Nobody can do anything without Miss Julie Lebo. She's not here today, but thank you, Miss Julie. And you, Miss Julie, that I found out that I can never do anything without again. Miss Julie Donald right here running this camera. Thank you, Miss Julie. I want to thank y'all again for coming, man. Thank y'all again for coming. Be patient. Continue to practice that patience on the walk out. A lot of traffic going on. Our learning advisors, if y'all want to take off with our bus drivers, y'all can to go get the buses. Thank y'all. And so if you rode in a bus, they're going to go get them now and start heading this way. Everybody else, again, thank y'all again for coming, and I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
All right, Zach, let's go back and work.
Yeah.